Did you hear about the Senate Republicans?
No, what about the Senate Republicans?
The Senate Republicans are filibustering the 9/11 first responders health care bill.
What does that mean?
It means they are obstructing the process of the Senate by using parliamentary procedure.
What does that mean?
It means the Senate Republicans are electing to delay or entirely prevent a vote on the bill.
What does that mean?
It means that they are trying to screw 9/11 first responders out of life-saving health care.
So why do they call it a filibuster? Why don't they call it screwing 9/11 first responders out of life-saving health care?
Because the police officers, firefighters, and paramedics that responded to the call for help on 9/11 are American heroes and nobody wants to see them get sick and die.
So, why do they want to screw the 9/11 first responders out of life-saving health care?
Because the cost of the bill is being paid for by closing unnecessary tax loopholes. Closing unnecessary tax loopholes is bad.
Why is closing tax loopholes bad?
Because the U.S. Chamber of Commerce said so.
But do not corporate tax loopholes create inequality among equal taxpayers?
Yes, but the U.S. Chamber of Commerce says closing the tax loopholes would damage U.S. relationships with major trading partners.
But aren't these first responders very sick and dying of health problems created by their heroism on 9/11?
Yes, but the U.S. Chamber of Commerce says closing the tax loopholes would aggravate already unsettled financial markets.
Oh, what kind of loopholes are we in fact talking about?
Loopholes that allow foreign companies, which do business in the U.S., to headquarter in offshore havens. In order to avoid paying taxes, the U.S. companies must pay.
So the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is representing the interests of foreign companies over our nation's heroes?
Yes.
So, who in the Senate is supporting the position of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce?
The Susan Collins.
And what does the Susan Collins say?
The Susan Collins says that closing the offshore tax haven loopholes is not quote-unquote an appropriate offset.
Has the Susan Collins ever met a 9/11 first responder?
I don't know.
Why didn't the 9/11 first responders lobby the Susan Collins in support of the health care bill?
They tried, but the Susan Collins called 911 and asked the police not to let any 9/11 responders into her Senate building.
You are shitting me.
I'm not shitting you.
Were the police the Susan Collins called healthy enough to respond to her call?
I believe she referred questions like those to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce.
The Susan Collins aside. Do not the Senate Republicans, not the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, vote in the Senate?
Yes, but the Senate Republicans are more interested in fighting for tax cuts for billionaires.
But don't billionaires need first responders to protect them in their times of need?
Yes, but extending the Bush tax cuts for billionaires takes a higher priority.
Who says that?
The Jon Ensign.
What did the Jon Ensign say?
The Jon Ensign said he signed a letter saying, quote unquote, "We need to be focusing on what we're doing right now."
What the F does that mean?
I don't know for sure. I think it means extend the Bush tax cuts for the wealthy, but I did not have a chance to ask him before he left to go cheat on his wife with a married member of his campaign staff.
Have these tax cuts for the wealthy been in place the entire time the economy has been in the tank?
Yes.
But have the tax cuts for the wealthy at least sparked an economic recovery?
No.
Have the tax cuts for the wealthy helped the housing market?
No.
Have the tax cuts for the wealthy helped anybody?
Yes. They have helped the leadership of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce.
I assume that, since the Senate Republicans are pushing for the extension of the Bush tax cuts for the wealthy, that they are paid for with, quote-unquote, appropriate offsets.
No, the tax cuts are unfunded and will add hundreds of billions of dollars to the deficit.
That is effing stupid.
You are talking about the Senate Republicans.
Are there any Republicans supporting health care for the first responders?
Yes. The Mike Huckabee.
Is he that governor who used to be fatty from Arkansas, who became U.S. president?
No. He is the governor who used to be fatty from Arkansas, who wants to become U.S. president.
Oh. Well, at least there is one prominent Republican that cares about our heroes. Too bad he isn't in the Senate.